Hey YouTube, Motor Racing Network, Steve Post here. Another great Diecast review show. We are so glad you joined us, and we hope you're enjoying this year as much as we are. The racing on the track and all of the great Diecast that is coming in. Looking back at Phoenix this past weekend, wow, what a finish to a race. Looked like Kevin Harvick had it in hand. Then the caution came out, and we know what happened. Carl Edwards got into him. They slammed into each other a couple times down the front straightaway, and we had a win of 1/100th of a second. So amazing, the 2016 season in NASCAR Sprint Cup Series racing. Remember the Daytona 500 finish with Denny Hamlin and Martin Truex Jr.? And this finish with Harvick and Carl Edwards, same margin, and both of those within the top 10 closest finishes in NASCAR history. We're off to a great season in NASCAR racing, and for Kevin Harvick, that was a great win, his 8th win at Phoenix, virtually punching the ticket, if you will, into the chase. Of course, we know how that all works, but Kevin Harvick, an 8th win at Phoenix, and a great win for him. And for you Diecast lovers and your Kevin Harvick Diecast lovers, we have the race-winning Diecast that you can pre-order now. Go on the website, planbsales.com, type in Harvick Phoenix, and you will see up in the search box right up in the corner, Harvick Phoenix, and you will be able to pre-order your Kevin Harvick Phoenix race-winning car. Remember, we're not ordering a lot of extra, if any extra, of these cars, so you need to pre-order it. You want the Harvick Phoenix car, you need to order it. Credit cards, debit cards, they will be billed when it is shipped to you later on this summer when that car is produced. Now, let's talk about some 2016 Diecast and Southern California's pride and joy, Jimmie Johnson. It is a home race for Jimmie Johnson, and I know he looks forward to getting out there. He grew up in San Diego, about an hour from the racetrack, Auto Club Speedway, and we are featuring Jimmie Johnson with our Diecast this time on the Diecast Review Show. Now, we have a lot of older Jimmie Johnson Diecast, so just go in and again in that search box, type in Jimmie Johnson, and you will see a variety of Diecast from years past. We do have limited quantities of his 1/24th Diecast from this year, and again, we'll remind you, we're not ordering extra. These are ones that maybe were not claimed by dealers or not claimed by some of you that pre-ordered, so we do have some 2016 Jimmie Johnson Diecast in stock. Look at this beautiful Lowe's Pro Services car. It is available in 1/24th scale, and we have the black and silver cobalt paint scheme for Jimmie Johnson. Both of these available right now in stock, the 2016 edition, so you can certainly get those. On 1/64th scale, we have the Lowe's, the standard traditional Lowe's car. We have the Lowe's Pro Services car, just like we have up here in the 1/24th, and we have the black and silver cobalt car for Jimmie Johnson. So we do have a lot of Jimmie Johnson cars in stock, and I want to remind you now, on the 1/64th scale cars, you can look around. We do have more inventory of the 2016 1/64th scale cars of Jimmie Johnson and of other drivers than the 1/24th scale cars. So a lot of things in stock there, a lot of new stuff in stock there, and featuring Jimmie Johnson, who's going home track Southern California racing this weekend, and we'll see if Jimmie can get his 6th win out at the Auto Club Speedway. All right, now we get into our favorite part of the show. These are your questions from down below, and type your question in right down below, and we'll get to answering them. And make sure you come up with some new questions. I see some questions there that we answered in a show a week or two back, so make sure you go back and ask some new questions along the way here, and we'll work to get into these questions along the way. We're going to lump these first two together because they're a race we're so looking forward to. Shell Cup Series says, do you think a 3 or an 88 will run Dale Earnhardt paint schemes this year at Darlington? And NASCAR Go number 19 writes, what are some throwback paint schemes you'd like to see at Darlington? The Bojangles Southern 500, we love the Southern 500. Last year, for the first time, they went throwback with all of the old paint schemes, and all of the teams participated. No, all of the teams did not participate, and the ones who did not participate were so bummed out that they promised they're going to have something really good this year. This year's theme, or this year's block of time, 1975 to 1984. Now to specific questions, the 3 car of Richard Childress, they may very well go with an early Dale Earnhardt paint scheme. Stay tuned, we'll have to see. The 88 car, well, Dale Earnhardt did not run a number 88 car, so I wouldn't be surprised if you don't see something really, really cool from Dale Earnhardt Jr. You know, Dale Earnhardt Jr. designs his own paint schemes for things like this, so I am really curious as to what direction they go with the 88 car, what car they make it look like, and it's always something interesting with Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s hand on it. And as far as the question about what throwback paint schemes do you want to see, you know, I haven't really considered and looked at those years, but here's the thing that's so amazing about this is the energy that the teams, the energy that Lionel, the energy that the entire sport put into this. I know there's going to be some that will say, okay, I get that, I get that. There's going to be others that are like, well, I don't know about that. And there's going to be 2 or 3 that we look at and say, wow, these teams really nailed it with something unique and something really special. Stay tuned. I know we'll have some great diecast of those cars as these schemes start to roll out, and I would not be surprised if over the next month or 2 we don't start seeing some of these paint schemes leaked out or announced as we get ready for the Bojangles Southern 500. And finally, here on the Diecast Review Show, let's talk about this weekend's race at the Auto Club Speedway. 26 times the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series has raced at Auto Club. Goes back to 1997. Jeff Gordon won the first race there, and I remember going to that race. I was actually doing Kenny Wallace's PR for Square D Company. We went there in May for a test session, and then we went back for a race in July, and it was hot, by the way. In Southern California in July, it was real hot. I'm certainly glad we're going there in March and not in July, but Jeff Gordon won the inaugural race out there. As we mentioned when we talk about Jimmy's Diecast, Jimmy is the leading driver as far as race wins goes. He has 5 wins at Auto Club Speedway. 3 race winners are Kyle Busch and Matt Kenseth, and lone race winners Kevin Harvick, Kurt Busch, Casey Kane, Greg Biffle, Carl Edwards, and last year's race winner Brad Keselowski. And folks, Auto Club Speedway in Southern California has just been one of those tracks that has aged to perfection. They will be racing all over this racetrack. I can't imagine what it's going to be like with the low downforce package. So excited to get out there with Motor Racing Network, and you can certainly tune us in at MRN.com and our MRN mobile app or your local affiliate. And of course, Fox Sports is going to have the television coverage as well, but it is going to be a great race. If any indication, what we've had at Phoenix, Daytona, Atlanta, Las Vegas, we are in for some great racing on Auto Club Speedway, and we'll have to wait and see if Jimmy Johnson gets that 6th win, someone else punches their ticket to the chase, or one of the 4 drivers that have won so far get the 2nd win this year. All bets are off. This is a wide open race because it's a wide open racetrack, and it is going to be exciting. Hey, all of your diecast needs, planbsales.com. Remember that address, planbsales.com. You can check that out and make sure you just type in your favorite driver in the search engine, and you can find the latest and greatest in that driver's diecast. And follow along on Twitter all weekend long at PlanBSales, our Facebook page at facebook.com/PlanBSales. We've got diecast deals and conversation there as well. Thanks for joining us this week on the Diecast Review Show. We love that you guys are getting involved with us here on YouTube. We have the comments below. Feel free to mention your comments here. Follow us on Twitter at PlanBSales, and we'll keep you informed on what we have. And please get some back and forth conversation going, because we love talking racing and love talking with you race fans out there, and we appreciate the business you do give us.